Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Across All Arenas. Guess who's motherfucking back?
That's right. Guess who's back? Finally decided to show up after like 4 episodes.
Listen, we decided when we were going on a little break that the summertime is what it is for me
Someone
and
took a
for you
longer break
too.
than some others. You know what I'm saying?
It's
Like,
not my fault that you don't go on vacation, okay?
hey, I'm going on
Plus,
vacation soon. Don't worry about
exactly,
it. I'm going on vacation
exactly.
soon.
But anyways, we are back.
We're back,
Kind of
y'all.
back. Or pretty much back. We're gonna start
Yes,
ramping it
sir.
up again with across all arenas. But man, Andre, it's good to see your face, even though we're not physically together, but it's great to be back doing this stuff. I'm still working on my like room where I have like all my shelves and I'm trying to make it a cool little backdrop. I just haven't had the chance to do it yet.
I wish
Coming
I had the
back
money for
from
that,
vacation.
honestly.
Dude, listen, it literally I'm getting $40 shelves from Target and putting all my shit in the back. The WWE belt. I already got the WWE belt. Some I'm into sports cards now, apparently.
Apparently,
So put some
they're coming
stuff.
back.
But anyways, we just wanted to do a quick pod. We'll start with just WWE and the status of it. Actually, I think today is the premiere of the that
Oh,
new
that's right.
documentary,
Yeah,
WWE Unreal, where they basically what Triple H said is that they lift up the curtains for everyone to
yeah,
see. Obviously, wrestling is scripted. If you want to say it's fake, more a storyline. It's a movie, right? So
right.
they're finally letting us see the behind the scenes, which is kind of cool. I know a lot of people are kind of iffy about it. They're either like, I don't want you to do that, but hey, they got me. I'm interested in it. So I
I've
haven't
seen some
seen.
of the clips on their social media that they've posted so far.
Yeah,
Like they post like little clips here and there, and it's really interesting of like how they like how they put it together. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? And it's
Well,
yeah, no, I it really takes you like behind the scenes of like you already knew what like we already knew what we knew about it, but like it takes it to like a whole nother level.
and the funny thing is that we've talked about this in our previous pods where, let's take back WrestleMania 40 where the story was supposed to be, January when they wrote it in January of 2024, they were supposed to have The Rock and Roman Reigns, right? And then they totally
Sure,
flipped the script
right.
and did it the way that they did. So it should be interesting. I'm looking forward to watching it. I think after this I'm gonna get on the TV and watch it. But
Well,
other
some
than
people have to
that,
go back to work.
I already did go to work. Uh what else has happened? Oh, can you say back to back? Not back to back championships or anything like that, but back to back WrestleManias in Las Vegas,
That's
which is
fucking
insane.
crazy.
We were trying to do a emergency pod for that, but just wasn't able
It
to
never happened.
shoot it. But it's just insane how that
I don't think I've
transpired.
ever done a back to back
No, it's
WrestleMania.
never
It's
been
never
done
been
before.
done.
And the thing is, okay, we know that although there's mixed feelings about actually how WrestleMania 41 in Las Vegas went, there's mixed reviews on how, the ending, or basically everyone was wanting an ending like WrestleMania 40 with,
Right.
all the surprises and all that. And of course, we wanted that, especially as attendees in Las Vegas.
Sure.
Um, but it is what it is. And the most important factor of the reason why it's coming back is because of this, right? Of money. And it was obviously the most successful WrestleMania as far as revenue for, the corporation
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
TKO,
Yeah.
but it's a business. And, if put that aside, like, I'm excited because it's coming back to Las Vegas. Was kind of, excited to possibly go to New Orleans, but hey, it is what it is. They're gonna get what SummerSlam and
They're gonna
what
get SummerSlam next year. Yeah.
next year, and it's 2 nights, right?
Yeah.
So speaking of SummerSlam, SummerSlam is a few days away. A
Yeah.
lot has transpired since WrestleMania, and the last time we've talked. The landscape of wrestling, or just the storylines have progressed. I think, before we even talk about SummerSlam, I think it's, duly noted that, one of the greatest icons of just wrestling in general, and for WWE, because this person is, put that on the map. And
Sure.
of course I'm talking about, the legend, Hulk Hogan, and, RIP, to him, and condolences to his family. uh Obviously, that first Raw on, Netflix, that was his last appearance on WWE.
Yeah.
Wasn't really a good one. The fans weren't, excited to see him. Um, so obviously, for the reasons of things that have been circling him the past, maybe few years,
Yeah.
and
Sure.
but I don't want to talk about that. I want to talk about the character that Terry Bollea played. Hulk Hogan. He was the first superstar, really, to to be to really just transcend what the business is today. Because if there was no Hulk Hogan, there is no Rock, there is no Stone Cold, there are no Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns, and he was the pinnacle of what a superstar, uh, is meant to be. I mean, how say you?
Yeah. I mean, I didn't really grow up. Obviously, I didn't grow up. Not. I mean, I didn't grow up watching Hulk Hogan as much as you did, like in the '90s and all that. But I mean, just knowing the stories, like as from the wrestling side, right? I mean, yeah, I mean, just the way he's revolutionized this just this industry, like we talked about it yesterday. Like we wouldn't, or I guess WWE wouldn't be where it's at without his contributions, right?
For sure.
And one of our friends, Wyatt, he talked about it yesterday too. He said that or someone asked him, who do you compare? Like, who's another athlete that you can compare Hulk Hogan with? It's like Babe Ruth, Michael Jordan, all these other greats in other sports. And he truly was that. And, like, his legend is immortalized, right? They don't call him the immortal Hulk Hogan
For
for no
sure.
reason. Like, he's, he's, he's taken WWE, he's taken Vince McMahon's WWE outside of regionals and made it into, like, the global phenomenon that we know that it is today. And like he was part of the rock and roll wrestling collaboration movement in the 80s, the mid 80s and all that. So I mean he's put a lot into this business, and like he deserves his flowers, although
For sure. For sure.
outside of the ring, you know
It is what it
that's another
is.
story. It is what it
Yeah,
is. But like
but we're not
inside
talking
the
about
ring,
that.
right. But like inside the ring and what he's done for the business, you got to give him his credits. You got to give him his flowers on that.
For sure. Like, going back to what you're saying, Hulk Hogan was probably the first, um like, wrestler, growing up. I'm obviously a few years older than you, but definitely like early 90s, and yeah, early 90s, like he was the Stone Cold, he was the Rock, he was the like the very popular wrestler that everyone knew, with his gold,
Yeah.
blonde hair, the yellow and red, and just like his 24-inch pythons. Like
Yeah.
he was a specimen that no one's ever seen. And, he was the first one to transcend into movies.
Right.
I remember watching Rocky, I think it was Rocky 3, where he fights, Sylvester Stallone's Rocky in the movie,
Yeah.
and it's you can't take away his accomplishments is
Right.
at the end
Yeah.
of the day, because he was the first really big bad guy, the biggest heel to
Yeah.
turn, because he's we kind of compare John Cena's heelish turn
To Hulk Hogan.
with Hulk Hogan, but
Yeah.
Hulk Hogan's heel turn is always going to be the biggest and
Yeah.
baddest, because
Right.
when he joined forces with Kevin Nash and uh,
Scott Hall.
Scott Hall, bro, that the New World Order was born.
And they went to another promotion too.
Yes,
So it's like it was like a double knife to the back to Vince because it's
for
like, oh, this is this
sure.
guy that he brought in, and it's like, oh shit, like you know what I mean? Like, yeah, I mean, obviously I wasn't around to witness that like in person or like just watching it on TV, but like just like watching it like back, just watching back, whatever they posted like on YouTube and stuff like that. Like you
It
can
was one
tell,
of the
like,
craziest moments.
yeah,
And they made it the what I miss about wrestling too is like those crazy moments. Not saying that we don't have those anymore, but like I remember that watching that, on the VHS, cuz you're right. At that time, that was like 1997,
yeah,
and here comes the savior to the ring at a Bash at the Beach, and
yeah,
we're thinking he's gonna save the good guys, and then no, he turns his back, and joins the bad guys, and then
yeah,
they're throwing beer bottles and stuff like
yeah,
that. Awesome. But
yeah,
just to end that part, Hulk Hogan is definitely a big reason why I started watching wrestling, and
sure, yeah.
he's just a big reason why wrestling is where it is at today. So RIP Hulk. Um, you know, see you later, brother. Till next time.
So SummerSlam, the first 2 night SummerSlam in WWE history, never seen before. Um, So night one, I mean, both nights have. I mean, it seems like a stacked card. Like when you look at it from top to bottom for both nights, just from top to bottom, it kind of has like that WrestleMania like feel to it, like card
Yeah.
wise on paper. Um, but I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't know what to expect on a 2 night SummerSlam. But I mean, you got Gunther and CM Punk. I think a very interesting matchup, very interesting match. I don't know I don't know honestly where they'll go with this. I think at the end of the day, I think Gunter still retains. But I mean, I won't be surprised if Punk wins. Every
I
time
hope the
Punk is in
best
a
in the world wins, man.
dude, I was
It's
just
time
gonna
for him to
say,
win the title.
every time we do one of these, we always pick Punk to win,
Yeah.
and he never wins.
I have a feeling like, okay, let's go back to uh this injury of Seth Rollins. Is this kayfabe or is this real? Cuz I've
So
been
I've seen some things that it was like they already knew he was injured, so they had to like play it off or whatever. That's how they like wrote him off. But it's
okay.
like, I mean, if we can even go back further, right? Like when R-Truth came back, right? When he got released and they brought him back, and then Triple H in that press conference said,
Oh man,
um,
your connection was kind of
"Oh, I
iffy.
know. Okay, that's fine. You want to
All right,
start? You
go
want
ahead
to
and
start
start
again?
again.
Okay.
Yeah, just say our truth. Yeah.
Yeah, and then you go back to you even go back to like R-Truth when they released R-Truth, right? And then they came back, and then Triple H at that press conference was like, "Welcome to the show." Right. So
Yeah,
I feel like we don't know what kayfabe is anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but
but
but it felt like they actually did release him. I don't know. Like you said,
I mean they could have, right? They could have released him, and then that whole whatever, and like listen, if they released him, they brought him back. Good for them. You know what I'm saying? And
yeah,
like
yeah,
and I think it was just maybe it was just a push for him to get a new character. But anyways, you know,
yeah. My
going back
point
to
of that. My point of bringing Seth Rollins in here is if okay, it's like CM Punk's got a title match.
yeah.
I do want him to win, but there's that little feeling inside that tells me that Seth Rollins is gonna cash in.
I don't think he'll cash in SummerSlam. That's too
You
soon.
don't
It's
think
way
so?
too soon.
Unless this is this injury is not real,
Right,
but I
exactly.
feel like you are kind of correct because I was just watching a little bit of Raw last night and how uh Braun Breaker is now like the leader of that faction.
Right.
I don't know, it's just because of, you know, storyline purposes and because there needs to be a leader while the main leader is gone, but yeah, you never know. Like you said, you just never know what's going to happen anymore, which is
Yeah, that's
good.
why like
I
this
like it.
match is so interesting because it's like I don't think Seth will cash, but I truly don't think I truly don't know who will win this match. Cause I won't be mad if Gunther wins. I won't be mad if CM Punk wins.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
want Punk to win. We're a team. We're always team straight edge, CM Punk, Shot Town boy. But yeah, I mean, I think it'll be a fun match. Every CM Punk match is fun to watch, right? No matter how old he is, like he's such a technical wrestler that like you can't go wrong messing up a Punk match, and like yeah, especially for him, like I think when he came back, like when he first came back in 23 at Survivor Series, like I think they just gave him more creative control, than he used
Yeah.
to have before. So like I don't know if he's really kind of I don't think he's kind of putting in his own matches, but like I think he has a say in who he wants to face, and
Yeah,
I
yeah, for sure.
you know what I
For
mean.
sure.
So I think that's why we get so many of these like great matches, and like I think personally the John Cena CM Punk match should have been like later on in the year, but that's on me. No, that's just me, But
Yeah. But we
yeah,
kind of thought about this too, like how we how we kind of foresee this John Cena end of the farewell tour. And
yeah,
yeah, we did say, he's gonna fight CM Punk. Just didn't think it was gonna be in the middle. Because
sure.
now like who's gonna be his last opponent, right?
Which
That's
actually brings
still
me to my
lingering.
next point: the Cena Cody Rhodes trilogy. I think they're gonna have another match, and I think because I don't. I'm pretty sure I've said this before on this pod. There's going to be a switch.
You said a double turn, double heel
Yeah,
turn, right?
I think there's going to be a double turn.
You
The
think it's gonna
signs are there.
So you're right. They've been planting seeds. Do you think it's gonna happen? So do you think it's gonna happen at SummerSlam on night two? And will Cody Rhodes win his title for the second time?
I don't think he'll win, but I think there will be a double turn. I don't know how they're going to do it because I've been trying to think of how they're going to do it, but I mean you don't know, right? I mean like
I think what's
you
gonna
truly
happen
don't know.
is like the crowd, they're gonna feed off of what's gonna happen. And if
Right.
like there are things that Cody Rhodes starts to like, like maybe even like hit John Cena with the belt. Like,
Yeah.
wouldn't that would be a flip flop? That like
Right.
you you don't your baby face doesn't do heel things, right? And
Right, right.
um
I mean,
so
we saw it on SmackDown this last week.
yeah.
So I mean,
And John Cena looks like he's starting to try to turn back. Like
through
there's
that
like
whole
moments
contract negotiation, just it seemed it. Oh my god, it just seemed
he's
like
just like at any given moment he wants to just break and do like act like a baby face, but he's
like
just like
it
I
was
gotta
still
go.
a heel promo. Like it was still like the things he was saying
Yeah,
was still
yeah, for
heel,
sure.
but like it's just the tonality of it. It's like it's still a heel, but like he's trying to break into babyface, and it's like you know I don't know, but I think there'll be a double turn. I think it'll come in like like obviously it'll come in like towards like the end of the match,
Yeah.
but I think it's just one of those things where just like unexpected, or maybe they might even do something like a Rock Hogan double turn, type thing. So I don't know how
Well,
they're gonna
and
play it
the
out.
funny thing is, you bring up that the Rock and Hogan icon versus icon match. They didn't expect that to happen. They didn't expect
Right.
the crowd. So that's what I'm saying. Like, bring that up. We'll see what happens. It's honestly you have to feed off the reaction of the crowd, right?
Sure.
Of the building and see like who is babyface and who is um the heel. And we did mention this. You can't have both, right?
You can't. Yeah, you can't have
You can't
both. I
have
mean,
both
it's
either
hard.
or. It's either or, right?
Yeah,
So
but even like just to, I don't know if it's kind of like the same thing, but like the years that Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes had their feud, like everyone still loved Roman Reigns even though he was a heel. But then we're like, oh, is he really a heel? Is he an anti-hero, like this like new anti-hero role or whatever? So I mean, they
you
can
bring
go
up
like
a
into
good
like
point because like
yeah, because they can go into like different routes nowadays. It's like I said
yeah,
earlier, we don't know kayfabe anymore. Like what the fuck is kayfabe in WWE?
it's because the kayfabe is starting to it's starting to read between lines and starting to it's like the fourth wall, right? The fourth
Yeah,
wall is finally breaking.
yeah, no, for sure. And I think that was like a main focal point in Triple H's like era of like running, WWE, is to
Yeah.
blur out that is to really hone into like that to like to hone into like those blurred lines and to really like break the fourth wall and do all these like non-traditional WWE things
Oh, it
that they
definitely
weren't
is
doing.
non-traditional,
Yeah,
and that goes from just the advertisement alone, like having advertisement on the mat,
right.
and how
Sure.
Vince McMahon never wanted to do that, and but we live in a different time in a different world, and that's how it is, and sometimes you have to adapt, and it's just like how Vince McMahon you know, revolutionized, but more of evolutionized
Right.
the 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 sport into sports entertainment. And now we live in it's 2025. What are the new boundaries that need to be broken, or I guess you have to reach. But
Yeah.
yeah, I look at SummerSlam, the first SummerSlam to be 2 nights. uh Obviously starting this with WrestleMania a few years ago, where it was one, now it's two. uh so they're obviously treating this, SummerSlam is obviously one of the big four, right?
Right.
So it's going to be a spectacle like WrestleMania, but I'm sure we're definitely going to be in for surprises this Saturday and Sunday, man. So we're gonna wrap it up there, and it's great getting back with you and just
Yeah. Oh
talking
my
shop,
god.
man.
God, man.
So
Fucking, I mean, I get it. I told the people that you have a family, you got kids, vacation time. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to go on vacation too in a couple weeks. I don't know what I'm doing yet, but we gonna get there when we get there. But yeah, I mean, SummerSlam 2 nights. I know you and I are gonna be. We're gonna text throughout
Oh,
the event for
for
sure.
sure.
We
We're
might.
meeting. We're meeting this Saturday at the. We're gonna go to a card show out here, so we'll probably be talking more about WrestleMania or SummerSlam, I should say, and we'll see what happens this weekend, man.
Yes, sir.
So I think that's it for us. Hey, man, good being back with you. I'm Ryan. He's Andre, and this is Across All Arenas. We'll catch you next time.
Deuces.